Hello, the enemy. Hello, hello, hey. That was a traditional Maori business meeting greeting. Hi, I'm Michael O'Hare. Do you believe in a world where every human being is entitled to a successful career, even postmenopausal women with lower back pain? I'm Michael O'Hare, ex-CEO, philanthropist, all-round life coach, and the author and founder of the worldwide acclaimed Best in Business seminar series. I'm the maitre d' of management. Enter my restaurant of business. I recommend you can have the all-you-can-eat career progression buffet. Join us live here every week where career progression dreams do come true. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and Facebook page, and if you think others could benefit by joining us too, then get them to come along to join us as well. Tonight, we're live on Facebook Live and YouTube. In Facebook, you can submit a question in the box below, and hopefully I'll get it at some point. And in YouTube, you need to be actually watching this in the YouTube application to see and add questions. So, without further ado, let's get into our first business question of the week. It's a YouTube message from Mojo, who sent this last week and said, "Dear Michael, should I feel guilty about doing zero work and still getting paid?" Hell no. That is the ultimate nirvana that every best in business follower wants to attain. You've delegated everything you do to everybody else. You're thinking of other employees. You're thinking about their development. You're thinking about their experience and what they need to progress. That is incredibly thoughtful of you. It's very selfless. This is a fantastic example of a natural people manager. So if anything, I think you should be paid more simply for being a great model corporate citizen. So thanks very much, Mojo, and good luck, and hopefully you can inspire others too. Our next message is an Instagram message from Gurmaj D. Oh, like an Indian Sikh rapper. Gurmaj D. My attorney saying, read out the following. I retract that statement and in no way intended it as culturally insensitive. Well, there you go. But it does sound like someone from the Indian hood. So he says, hi, Michael. Any tips to liven up working from home? Yes, 3 things. Number 1, order stuff on eBay and have it delivered to your staff during a video conferencing call. I'm talking about random stuff, right? For example, a child's wooden meat grinder, a large wicker hamper teeming with a diverse variety of plastic fruit, or a hairnet for a bald colleague. And get them to open it on the call. It's very, very amusing. Number 2, announce to your entire company that lockdown is over, when it actually isn't. It's very amusing to watch as slightly slower, more gullible staff get arrested for breach of lockdown. It's just absolutely hilarious. It's also a very good way of getting rid of low performers. And finally, think about being inclusive at this time. If you work with colleagues across the globe, one thing I've heard that they say every single time is that they really enjoy it when you try and impersonate their accent. Everyone finds it very, very funny, and I find it works particularly well with my Chinese, Pakistani, and Mexican colleagues. It shows empathy and solidarity, particularly at this time. So I hope that helps, Gurmaj D. So my next question is an email in from Siobhan Lambino. She's currently residing at California State Penitentiary, Sacramento. She says, Michael, this is my 1 email a week, so you better answer it, or you'll be known simply as the bits in business when I get out, you little bitch. Anyway, here's my question. I am 18. My parents have been pushing me into a career in banking, but I want to become an actress. Should I ignore them and follow my dream? What the hell? No, don't be daft. Dreams don't pay bills. A stable job in a sterile office under artificial lighting for 15-hour days, 5 days a week, packed in like a prisoner of war battery chicken, doing the same thing day after day, that pays the bills. Now, of course, you can live out your dreams of being an actress while still being in the office. Now, meetings are your stage. Your colleagues and your clients are your audience. There are so many quotes that you can use from stage and film in the office. And here are some examples. When a female miserable colleague criticizes your company's maternity leave policy, "Methinks the pregnant lady doth protest too much." Or when you're introducing your new boss, who happens to be a dwarf, "Say hello to my little friend." Or when an annoying team member keeps reminding everyone they've done a 65-hour week. "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." Or finally, when you've just got promoted above that rather irritating rival peer in your team. "Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now." So, live out your dream of being an actress whilst in the office, Siobhan. And, of course, once you're out of jail, too. So, I've got a LinkedIn message from Marcus Wright in Prattville, Alabama. And he says, "Michael, I am a keen advocate of personal security in the workplace. As such, is it okay to carry my office staple gun around in a holster? And do I need a license to carry this outside of work?" Yes, it is wholly acceptable and actively encouraged to get a holster for your staple gun. It is the part of the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, and let me say, a holstered staple gun exudes authority in the workplace. It commands respect. And you can get a massive wide variety of holsters from leather, bearskin, rubber, Gore-Tex, or indeed mink for the ladies. And you can get it inside of the blazer pocket for a subtle show of who's boss in meetings. You can also get it at the hip as well for a quick draw in case you need to fend off an aggressive work colleague who disagrees with your opinion. In both instances, you can get them in dual as well, so you can draw out the staple gun very slowly, or you can just draw from the hip as well. Quick draw. Yippee-yay, motherfucker! There's a new sheriff in this office, and his name's the best in business. So, yes, that is Mike. Oh, and you also asked about the license as well. Yes, you do need a license for domestic office use from Home Depot or Walmart, or if you're in the UK, Ryman's. So it's an essential piece of kit, and I'd love to see you pictures brandishing your staple gun. Send them in if you've got any. So next we have an email in from Hendrik Piper III, a lovely private school name, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And he says, "Michael, what is the appropriate way to greet my new Japanese manager?" That is a great question, because simply saying that you love manga is not sufficient. There are a series of ceremonial actions that need to be undertaken. Firstly, you will notice immediately how very, very small your manager is. They are extremely conscious of this. So to mitigate that, you have to kneel when you greet them and look up at them. You then say, "Apology accepted." They'll know what you're talking about. And you must know that with their names comes a certain tradition. Their name will always have "san" at the end of it as a mark of respect. For example, "Konnichiwa," "Alright-ma-san." The next one you probably want to think about then is you will need to present them with a gift. It is almost always you will need to do this. Japanese businessmen are very fond of schoolgirls' panties, but nowadays those can be very difficult to source, not to mention lead to quite awkward questions from the authorities. Perhaps a sacrifice, a ceremonial slaughter of a small animal in the office parking lot should suffice. But please, please, don't overthink it. Remember, all Japanese people love loud and extrovert Americans, so the bolder you are, the more they'll respect you. So I hope very much that helps you, Hendrik Piper III, in your new engagement with your manager. I have an anonymous email in now from a senior executive who says, "Hello, Michael. I'm the CEO of a mid-sized company, and our finance department have screwed up the company accounts. What should I do? Now, this man, could be a lady or a gender fluid, but probably statistically speaking, it's probably a man. He wants to remain anonymous for legal purposes. That's completely understandable. Although in Kathmandu, it is fundamental to running a company. You must forge your accounts. It's a cultural expectation, and Kathmandu shareholders expect no less. But in the case for you, there are 4 things you need to do right away to get out of this. Number 1, deny any responsibility immediately. Accounts are not the responsibility of the CEO. That's finance's problem. Okay. Number 2, apportion blame quickly. When in doubt, always have some junior staff to hand who can act as the fall guys. Now, I'm talking about receptionists, data entry people, IT staff, administrative clerks, and absolutely anyone that works in an HR function. Number 3, check into a rehab clinic. Now, you need to be able to claim diminished responsibility. You need a sob story. You perhaps have an addiction to, the smell of leather on a sweaty wrist, which, let me tell you, that is a very addictive smell. And number 4, go underground. You need to change your identity, your family, where you live, even your profession. Although, let's be clear, nothing as extreme as becoming a manual laborer. So I hope that helps, and good luck with your new wife and your new life. That's an anonymous email from Fred Stern, CEO of electricfinance.com. Shit. Okay, we have an Instagram message from Michelle Moses, Ottawa, Canada. She says, "Hey Michael, how's it going? Unfortunately, this year, as you can imagine, we've sadly had to cancel our company's corporate away day. It's such a shame as they're so much fun. We always go somewhere different and wacky." You sound like a lot of fun, Michelle. What's the strangest place you've ever been to for a group bonding away day? Well, that is a fab question. When I was European CFO for Bulldog Finance back in 1994, we had an off-site residential where you go away with your entire office for a full day and night. It's absolute carnage and fun. It's a group we had this group bonding away day to a Texan abattoir. And you might be thinking, Michael, that's a bit strange. But let me tell you, the life cycle of a tamed pig is exactly that of the successful business person. You're born into your career and have to fight with your co-workers to suckle the teats of knowledge from the sow. That's your slightly overweight manager. Then you spend every day with your nose in the shit, foraging for career progression and more money. One day, you may even become the fat sow and give birth to piglets of your own, your direct reports. They'll be needy. They'll be constantly wanting to suckle and get your milk of knowledge. You may even have to disown the ugly ones and those who don't make the grade. Then one day, you're led into a room. You've never seen it before, and you're fired. Hopefully not with a bolt gun. So that is why we go to the abattoir. And let me tell you, it was really a lot of fun during the day. And in the evening, there was a discotheque in the abattoir's main barn. So in short, by day, you could slaughter a pig, but by night, you could pull a pig. And that brings us to the very end. We've had a couple of questions in. I will get to those next week. Have I been approached to give a TED Talk? I will get to those next week, but just to say thank you very much for joining us again. I'm answering your business questions live every week because I believe every human being deserves a successful career. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's in the link, and hit the bell icon to get notifications, or indeed join our Facebook group. And there's 2 ways that we can start getting everyone having a successful career. Share these best in business videos on social media, or on WhatsApp or text message, or indeed pigeon, and get others to join us too. Let's do our part for humanity. So that's all I'm saying for this week. Thanks very much for joining us. This has been Enter the Dojo of Business.